Okay, all right, here we go. So today what we're going to do is we're going to spend probably the last day, hopefully, all right, on FOIL. So I'm going to show you the toughest questions there are, all right? And then afterwards, we're going to do some Regents questions, hopefully. Okay? All right, so let's go. Okay, all right, here we go. So let's see. Okay, first of all, before we even start, I want to start off with two little things that I want to bring to your attention. Okay, and mostly really just the naming convention, so that later on in the unit when we use this again, we all know what we're talking about. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is before we move on is the idea of perfect squares, which just means this. X, so I'll give an example, all right? I'm going to give you two examples. First is something like x plus 3 to the second power. That's all. So all that would suggest is that you would multiply them like this, and then whatever the answer is, oops, plus, my bad, right? Like that, right? And then secondly, right, same thing. That's all I want to say. This is all I want to bring to your attention for this. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Now, the second thing is the difference of squares, okay? And this means a little bit something more. So if we do FOIL, the only thing, again, I want to bring to your attention is this. If you have two nearly identical terms where the only difference is the symbol in the middle, right? The operation, specifically speaking, for this unit, plus and minus, or positive and negative, what's going to happen is the two middle terms are going to cancel out. So watch this. First, outside, inside, and then last, right? These two middle terms are going to cancel out. So whenever you see yourself in this situation, you know that your answer is going to be a binomial. So for example, even if I were to go like this, I'll just do this, right? Watch this. So there's 4x squared, my outside minus 2x plus 2x minus 1. See that, right? So that's the only thing I want to bring to your attention. Okay, is that there are two names for this, for some of the FOIL questions we've been doing. One is perfect square, the other one's the difference of squares, and just know the difference. Okay, so perfect squares, both symbols are the same, right? They're both plus, both minus. Here, they're different, they're opposite, right? One's plus, one's minus. Okay, that's it. All right, and then if we have time, we'll do this in class, okay, for bonus maybe. All right, now, let's talk about what we came to talk about today then. I want to show you the tougher side of FOIL, which might look something like this, okay? Although on the Regents, they're not going to give you two different variables in this, but I think nonetheless it's worth knowing, okay? Now, the first thing is what we just talked about, right? Taking something like perfect squares, right? Polynomials. So here, right, to simplify this expression, you could rewrite this, right, as an actual multiplication question. Okay, let me just make sure I'm still recording. Okay, good. That's minus 1, right? To the third, like that. See that, right? I'm just rewriting this guy twice, and then we can do FOIL. Okay, so let me just use a different color. First, so this is 9x squared, all right? Outside, so let's see. What's the next thing? Let's see, 3x squared times negative y to the third. That's 3xy to the third, negative, all right? So 3x, right? I'm just multiplying here, all right? And I'm just minding my sign, positive times negative. So 3, right, xy to the third. All right, so far so good. All right, inside, which is minus 3xy to the third again, right? And then lastly, like this, I think that's y to the 6, okay? All right, so let's see. Positive, right? Negative times negative is positive, y to the 6. And that, oh, these got, what, combined like terms, almost forgot. negative 6 xy to the third plus y to the 6. Okay, now if you're home watching this video, right, as a video, if you didn't understand that, rewind for the past couple of minutes and then watch it again, or you can try it on your own. Okay, all right. Now the reason why I'm not showing you a lot of these questions is because on the next page we're doing Regents questions, in which some of the Regents questions looks like this. Okay, so that's why I'm doing that. Now this next one, right? Imagine, what I want you to do is imagine if you were doing the order of operations with numbers. So for example, right, back in 7th grade or 6th grade, if I were to give you a question like this, right, you wouldn't have a problem with doing this because this is just straight up order of operations, right? So you add, right, parentheses, then you do the exponents, you multiply, right? This is actually distribute, right? Because this is the negative 4 to the 1 and 2, but you can combine like terms first anyways. So that will be 3, so on and so forth, right? So for this one, then what we'll do is follow the same, playbook, right? So we'll do this first. Now, the problem is x plus 2 is still x plus 2. So you see where we're going with this. We have to take care of x plus 2 square first on the side, okay? So I'm going to keep all these operations I'll try to keep these operations on the side so when we rewrite, it's nice and clean, okay, every line. So let's see, that would be x squared first, outside, inside, last. So that's x squared plus 4x plus 4. So I'm just going to rewrite that whole line, all right? So 2x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now, here, I'm just going to go ahead. You know what? Now I'll just rewrite it, all right? I'll be a good kid. Now, here I'm going to actually, you know what? This is appropriate because now we can distribute. So watch this. I'll use my magic pen, okay? So here we're going to distribute like this. 1, 2, 3, right? And then afterwards, we're going to distribute this one too, right? Because you can't combine x and 2, right, into one expression. So, okay, now let's distribute then. Let me use a different color for that. So we distribute here. So that's 2x squared. And then right here, that's plus 8x, right? And then we do the same here, 2 times 4, that's 8, right? Now here we're going to distribute this negative 4. You can't just distribute the 4. You got to take the negative sign with you. So that's negative 4x. And then we're going to distribute the negative 4 to the 2 on the inside. Right, so far so good. So in other words, in this step, I'm doing everything at once. I'm doing both distributive properties at once, okay? And I know that, you know, it shouldn't be difficult for you either. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. That's done distributing, plus 4, combining like terms. So let's see who's in the same family. Same family, same family, same family, same family, same family. All right, you see all that? Okay? So there's a lot going on there. Now, what does that mean, though? Let's see. I got 2x squared. I got 8x minus 4x. That's positive 4x. 8 minus 8 cancels out. That's 0, so I'm just left with 4. And that's it. Nothing more you can do. Don't try to combine these, okay? This is like simplest form already. Okay, so what am I trying to say here? Don't let the fact that we're doing FOIL now throw you off when you see this. It never changed. This is still order of operations. Nothing changed. Okay? So that's what I would encourage you with. Now, yeah, okay. All right, so we're at 9 minutes. So what we're going to do right now is take a look at some Regents questions. Okay? So let's take a look at this one first. All right? Now, if you want to, you can press pause right now. Because I consider these questions as practice. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 to 3 questions out, and then And then some of these I probably don't have to go through with you, but I'll set up the question, and some of these I want you to do, okay? So if you want to, press pause right now and try this one, okay? Otherwise, I'm gonna go over it. So press pause right now. Okay, all right, here we go. So here, I'm going to do this part first, so I'm gonna rewrite the whole thing. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the x minus 2 squared on the side. All right, so let's see, that's x squared first, outside, inside, last. So that's x squared minus 4x plus 4. And then minus 2, and then x minus 1, like that. Okay, so everything that changed so far is this. Now I'm going to distribute it on both of them. All right, 3x squared times negative 4x, that's negative 12x, plus 3, 4 is 12. All right, so far so good. That took care of the parentheses on the left side. All right, and let's keep going. Negative 2 times x, right, it's negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Now let's combine like terms. Oh, the light just went off. Hold on. Now let's see. Let's combine some like terms here. So we got this. Oh man. All right, hold on. Let's see. This. Okay. All right, let's see. So that equals to 3x squared. Now, negative 12x minus 2x is negative 14x. Plus 12 plus 2 is 14. That's it. Now, let's cross our fingers and hope that that's one of the choices. And that's it. Okay? Now, this one we won't go over per se. All right? What's the product? So you just write it like this. Right? That's it. All right, whatever the answer is, okay? So that's what we did on day 4. So I think we did that before today, all right, yesterday. Okay, this one's good. All right, let's go over this one. So when 2x minus 3 squared is subtracted from 5x squared. So this is what it not is, okay? So I'll write down in red what you should not do. Do not write this. That's not it. Subtracted from, so the 5x squared goes to the front. So in other words, we would start out with a 5x squared, all right? And then subtract, right? Subtract the from this guy. So, and then we gotta do this. See that? Okay, so if you wanna try that one, okay? So, yeah, so press pause right now. Okay, all right, so let's try it. Now, first of all, we got to take care of this business here, all right? So we'll do all the FOIL stuff on the side, just to keep everything neat. Now, if you're taking the Regents exam in June, try not to, but I know I'm telling you to write this on the side, but try not to write this on like scrap paper, because they don't grade scrap paper. So just do it on the margins of the booklet from that question so that they can still see that you're doing the work, okay? So first, so that's 4x squared first. Outside, that's negative 6x. Inside, negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. So this is 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So I'm going to take 5x squared, subtract this whole thing. So now, I know some of you might write this down without parentheses. You can't, because you're subtracting this whole expression, right? So that's why I need parentheses, very important. And here's why. When you distribute, you're distributing the negative invisible one here. Got that? Okay? So that's why we have to put parentheses around that. Now, what does that mean? 5x squared minus, right? Negative 1 times 4x minus 4x squared. Negative times negative here is positive. Positive 12x. Because this is just 1 times everything, right? So, and then negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. See that? All right, so far so good. Now, looks like we have like terms here, right here. Let me help you guys see this, right? The first two terms. Now, it's not often that happens, but you know, if it happens, just keep an eye out for it. So that's just good old x squared plus 12x minus 9. All right? There you go, choice 3. Okay, now how are we doing on time? We're almost there. Let me see if I should find one more question. All right, so this 12 multiple choice, you're just gonna have to, like, you know, do every part, right? So on and so forth. All right, and so what I'm trying to say is, I know you know how to do this, but I just don't have the time to go over every one of these with you. Okay, so we might come back to 12. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, this is easy. 13 is easy. 15, the length width rectangular box, length width volume. Oh, this is actually good. This is a good question. We should probably do that one. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you know what? Let's try this one. I like this one. All right, so let's try 15. All right, so we got a rectangular box. I'm gonna draw it, okay? So remember, like, anytime you do questions involving a shape, try to draw the shape to the best of your abilities, and then label it like I'm doing right now. Okay, it just works. Now, here they want you to find the volume. So this is a very sneaky way to put in a question like the ones that we're doing today and this week. Okay, so they want to find a volume. How do you find a volume? You multiply these three numbers, right? So in other words, you got yourself a question where it's 2x times 3x plus 1 times 5x minus 6, like that, right? Now, because there are three things going on here, all right, and specifically speaking, because this is multiplication, it's commutative, so it doesn't matter which one's done first. Remember that, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the hard part first. I'm gonna do this part. I'm gonna do the FOIL first. What's happening? Why is the pen going like this? All right, hold on. Okay, all right. Not sure what happened there. All right. Now, I'm gonna distribute. All right, so I'm gonna do 4. So I'm gonna read. You know what? Actually, let me move this to the back end. So that way, I can do this first. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now let's see. 3x times 5x. That's 15x squared. That's all right. I'll keep the color. 3x 15x squared first. Outside, so that's negative 18x. Inside plus 5x, and last 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. Combine like terms, right? That's these two, so that's negative 13x minus 6. Hold on, I still gotta keep looking. Let's see. By the way, don't forget, I know sometimes, you know, you learn new stuff and you're feeling good, you know, about how fast you've been learning this, and you forget about the last term. Don't. All right, don't forget. All right, now I could put 2x in the back here, but I know that we're more comfortable with multiplying it with a smaller term, right? A shorter term in the front, right? So hold on, let me double check what's inside of parentheses after the FOIL. I just want to double check. 15x squared, yeah. Negative 18x, yeah, plus 5x, yeah, minus 6, no negative 30. Okay, all right, now I'm going to distribute. So let's see, I'll go with a rainbow under. All right, like that. All right, like that. So let's see, 2x. I want to switch the colors back. Let's see, that's 30x to the third, right? Yep. Minus 26x squared, right? 26x squared, yep. Minus 12x. Okay. Let's see. What do they want to know? Now, they said if it were in standard form, and this is in standard form already, no? Right? So what do they want to know? What is, if the volume expressed in standard form, what's the coefficient of the second term? So first term, second term, third term. Look at the second term, highlight it. Uh-oh, hold on. What do they want to know? What is the coefficient of the second term? So there's my second term. Where is my coefficient? I'll use my magic pen right here. Negative 26, not 26. Okay, guys, I don't want you to, I don't want you to do all this work, all right? And you guys are just so capable of doing this. I don't want you to do all this work just to mess up some very basic knowledge, like what sign does that negative belong to, or that minus sign belong to? Oops, wrong choice is this one. Yeah, negative 26, okay? All right, that's it. All right, enough of this. Oh, another 20 minutes. Oh, man, I feel bad. All right, we got to go. So, all right, thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.